Hi, my name's Chaya Patel, and in this short video presentation I'll be talking about Nokia's strategic change, how they did it, and how they could have done better. I'll also be touching on ethics and how it plays a big role in leadership and management. So, Nokia. They were the best world-selling electronics company. They brought out the first car phone in 1982. And from this, they brought out the first handheld mobile phone in 1987. This then led the company to be focused on mobile phones and the network infrastructure. However, as technology was developing, Nokia couldn't keep up, or didn't keep up, and this led Nokia to fall in the market. It also didn't help that companies like Apple and Samsung became more popular for their new products and up-to-date mobile phones. Now, at the time that this strategic change was implemented, the CEO of Nokia was Stephen Elop. He saw that Nokia was in a desperate situation and that something needed to be changed quick. So the approach that he used was prescriptive. Now, he inquired his employees about what they think needed changing, what they didn't want changing, which is good of him. He involved the employees in and got their opinion. But then he shocked them with a memo about their new partnership with Microsoft that nobody knew about. Now, the result of the approach that he used could have been better if he used more of an emergent approach. The prescriptive approach is very restricting to creativity and innovation. So when they're creating new handsets or accessories, they're being quite repetitive. And this isn't good for Nokia. Their system is also known to be outdated, as Apple has iOS and Samsung has Android, as do some other phones. I suggest that Nokia start using more of an emergent strategy. Like I said, it allows room for creativity and innovation when considering new product ideas. Also, it would help the team be more creative in itself and encourage them to bounce ideas off each other and work more of a team to provide quality ideas. I believe that when planning the change, Stephen didn't have much of a choice, as the environment for Nokia was quite volatile. Something needed to be done, and he decided to do the plan as soon as possible. The results of the plan weren't very good, but he tried his best. So, I think Nokia's leadership is quite bureaucratic. Now, this means that they follow rules and procedures right to the book, and this restricts managers and leaders. This doesn't give much space for them to be innovative. Also, teamwork is really restricted. Like I said, creativity is also restricted by this. A leadership style that might suit Nokia better would be consultative leadership. This allows room for two-way communication. It would allow more room for creativity, for more teamwork. It would build a more motivating environment for employees at Nokia. So as we can see here, it says that the leaders and managers need to trust the employees and try the ideas that they have. It also gives some sort of power to the lower employees to have decisions in the tasks that they have. Also, communication among the employees and managers would be a lot better, as information needs to travel through the hierarchy. To help the transition of this new implementation, managers should try using a more motivational management style. I believe this links into the leadership style nicely, as it leaves more room for communication, and I hope I'm making the point that communication is quite a key thing for Nokia. I believe that it is important when implementing a plan that communication is key. This is because employees can reject the change, and if this happens, it can cause delays with the plan, and the plan may even have to be changed a couple of times till the employees even accept it. To avoid this, the motivational management style, involves including the employees in the change, asking them for ideas, their opinions. This will make the employees feel more valued, and they'll be more responsive. As a team, they'll work together, they'll work harder to produce more quality work, and this would be really good for Nokia. Now, the motivational management theory was first brought amongst by Elton Mayo. His theory was then modernized by a few people who have done studies, and they all believe that motivation is key to keep employees happy and keep their productivity up high, and the quality of work that they produce is a lot better when they are highly motivated. Motivation can be anything from financial to non-financial. It could be praise, pay rises, little incentives to keep them going, to feel like they are valued in the company that they are working in, and that their work is helping and their opinions are valued. These are all important little bits of motivation that employees need to feel by managers, their leaders, and the company as a whole. The journals I looked at were by the Academy of Management, and their study and their article also shows that motivation is key for employees to work that little bit harder, to work to the best ability that they can. And it is important, and I feel that it needs to be implemented in Nokia to improve the product ideas, to improve what they're doing right now. Lastly, I would like to talk about ethics and the relationship between leadership and the followers. Now, ethics is important, and I believe that it plays a big part with management and leadership, as they have to deal with controversial issues such as bribery, corruption, harassment, bullying, and discrimination. And there are certain acts and regulations that regard these issues. Now, I believe that as an organisation, these unethical issues must be handled swiftly and with care. Obviously, with the people that are involved, it can be touchy. This will reassure employees that the organisation is just. Now, there are many cases of harassment and discrimination, but one article caught my eye. The Guardian had written an article on sexual harassment in Westminster. Now, this is a place of work for politicians and politics members. As we know, sexual harassment can be inappropriate conversations to touching. they gave a statistic that over half the women they had surveyed experienced unwanted or inappropriate behaviour. Now, to me, this shows that there are many people who abuse their power over others. Politics is mainly made up of the male gender, and they hold more power over those who work for them. Now, even though there have been no public acknowledgement of complaints for sexual harassment, the Guardian is saying that this is happening. This abuse of power is normally seen in other organisations. Now, the Guardians see the political leaders as a motivation for others, influential members of the public, and if this behaviour is not dealt with abruptly, then this attitude that they have could be replicated elsewhere. And I agree that Westminster holds great respect in the public eye, which is why I think they should crack down and stand out from other organisations and make a point that their actions can hopefully influence other people and make change. Thank you for listening.